What's up guys, it's me, flukydev. I'm currently developing my dream game, a two-dimensional tower defense game where you have to defend a lost RV in a post-apocalyptic scenery. Make sure to check out my other devlogs about this game if you haven't already. Anyway, until last week or so, this game was a mess. There were countless bugs, missing features and lots of badly implemented mechanics. Of course, all of these issues had to be fixed before we can add new major features, so that's what I did. I created a huge to-do list containing every bug, issue and problem the game had, as well as new content ideas so I don't lose track of all the tasks. So let's not waste any more time and start working. I started off by adding some simple arrows to the crafting menu to indicate what are the input slots and what is the output slot. The entire area is still pretty empty and I have to remake it earlier or later, but it's totally okay for now. After that I added crafting recipes that appear on the left of the crafting menu as soon as you have at least one of the required items for a recipe. You can also click on recipes and it will automatically put the required items from your inventory into the input slots. For some reason I struggled way too hard while coding this, and once it finally worked, the crafting itself suddenly didn't work anymore. Amazing. Once I fixed the crafting mechanic again, I added tooltips to the inventory and crafting menu so you can easily tell what item you are currently looking at. When hovering over any of the barrier items, you can also see how many health points the placed barrier will have. Together with that, I also removed the weird stationary tooltip we had in the crafting menu, and now there is some blank space over here. And the reason why I didn't shrink the inventory panel yet is because maybe some of you have an idea what to put into this section of the inventory. If not, that's also okay. Then I will just shrink down the inventory in the next part. After that, I remade the icons for the gun info panels and also added tooltips there. After that I added something I should have added a long time ago already, health bars. Now you can see the health of enemies and structures displayed above them. And before we continue, I have a Discord server and an Instagram account, join and follow me. I also have an account on Buy Me a Coffee where you can donate me some bucks if you like my work and want to see this game on Steam. Did I mention that uploading a game on Steam costs money? Anyway, thanks for your attention, all links are in the description. Coming back to our to-do list, it is still extremely long and I don't just want to work it off from top to bottom, as that would be very boring. So let us let a Wheel of Fortune decide what to do next. Add mechanics to our RV. Interesting choice. The RV is supposed to be the most important object in our game, as you literally have to defend it from enemies, and yet it doesn't have any purpose right now. You can't even interact with it, so let's change that. I spent some time drawing the interior for the trailer and then set it all up. Now you can access your trailer by pressing E while hovering your cursor over it. Inside of the trailer you will be able to use various different gameplay mechanics such as crafting, researching and disassembling items or guns. But right now all you can do in the trailer is use the workbench, which opens your crafting menu, and you can also access your inventory from here by clicking on the player. Oh, and you can always leave the trailer by clicking the door. Now, as you can see, I remade the player health bar and also added another health bar which displays the trailer's health. I put an enemy into the scene to attack the trailer so we can test the new health bar, but that's when I encountered several issues at once. The enemy bullets didn't damage the trailer at all. The enemy shoots forever because I never implemented the magazine and reload mechanics to the enemy, and the bullets don't damage the player either, but instead catapult them into space. So, bug fixing time, I guess. After a while of suffering, all of these bugs are fixed. The enemy deals damage and it has to reload every once in a while, and the player actually takes damage from bullets again. With these issues being out of the way, it was finally time to add new features. Now the game pauses when you enter the trailer. As you can see, player and trailer are being damaged rapidly, but as soon as you enter the trailer it stops, until you leave it again. Now enemies also drop items upon death, and I can select which items each enemy should drop and whether these drops should be randomized or not. And with this feature being implemented, it was time to add a new enemy, the Sniffer. And no, I didn't take inspiration from the Minecraft mob here. I really didn't. It runs towards you quickly because it doesn't like your smell or your presence. No, it must be your awful smell. Anyway, it will be one of the weaker enemies in the game. And yes, I know I suck at drawing animals, but I'm satisfied with the outcome. As of right now, the sniffer drops scrap metal after dying, which makes absolutely no sense, but yeah, take it or leave it. Speaking of items, I added lots of new items to the game. Duct tape, electrical circuits, explosive powder, an explosive charge, 2 different remote controls, a trip mine, a remote controlled mine, and a scatter mine. The trip mine and the scatter mine explode when any entity except the player touches it or when a nearby mine explodes. The remote mine can be set off by using a remote control while being near to the mine. I added 2 remote controls, with one having a larger activation range. And yes, I know, the explosion effect isn't the best looking, but I will definitely make it look better very soon. I just wanted the basic mechanic to be implemented for now. Of course, all of these items can be crafted and you can check the recipe list if you don't know a certain recipe. As you can see, however, the recipe selection is broken and the recipe list doesn't appear to work properly either, so let's fix that. This was everything for now. I know it's not all too much, but I'm pretty busy these days and I hope you still enjoyed watching. In the next part I will assign designated colors to each weapon type and their corresponding bullet types so the player can distinguish them. I will also add new enemies, items and buildings, and add other cool features based on your suggestions. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching and leave your feedback in the comments. Have a nice day and see you very soon.